Hello everyone, this is Dissonance. I'm casting what I believe to be an 8v8 right here, but it could also be a 4v4v4v4. I've heard this game is pretty insane, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. So, let's see what these teams actually are, and they are, it is a 4v4, I mean, it is an 8v8 actually, there are only two teams. So in Team 1, we have MF Doom from Promethean in the white opening bot first. We have the Seagull Flies in the light red opening bot first. We have Kamikaze, who started an air factory, wait, no, started a bot factory, but cancelled it and let it decay to finish an air first opening. And we have Anonymous 2 in the black opening bot first. On the other side of the planet, but on the same team, we have Southern Savage in the teal opening bot first. We have Bad Pants Dome in the olive green opening bot first. We have Tommy Gun 1220 opening bot, then vehicle in crimson. And we have Tigers Go Roar in the magenta opening double bot. So let's look at Team 2 now. We have Bree to Bush. I don't know how to say, I don't know what that name is. In the ice white opening vehicle first. We have, oh whoa, this is Bruce. Okay. We have Bruce the drummer, aka that son of a broom, aka PA coach, aka PA Academy, and all sorts of other names in the same vein. His name is now Bruce the drummer because, I mean, his name has always been Bruce. It's just that a lot of people didn't know that for a long time. He is also a drummer. He opened bot in air. Pretty normal. He's a very strong 1v1 player. He's uber. He has taught a lot of players how to do many things, but in team games he doesn't always play nearly as well. He's quite inconsistent in team games. Sometimes he does really well, but not always, and his build order does seem to be more reminiscent of 1v1 style build order. A lot of players who are more familiar with 1v1s will tend to play this bot than air opening. Don't know what that is. That might be Anonymous telling me how this game goes, so I can't open it up right now. We have Fabric King in the red, who's opened his signature only bot factory into tons and tons of bot fabs. That this is totally normal for him. He never really does anything but this. Actually, no, he sometimes plays differently, but this is very normal for him. We have Ned M. Insane in the plum blue, who's opened bot first, going for a second bot factor here. He's actually also done quite a bit of fabric spamming himself. That's quite interesting. Looks like the fabric spamming is contagious, perhaps. And of course, on the other side of the planet, for Team 2, we have the Director in the orange, who's opened triple bot. And I feel like I recognize this player, but I can't remember who he is. We have Horse Lord in the peach, who's opened 5 vehicle factories with barely any energy. And wait, how is he? Okay, let's go back to all vision. Wow, he actually has enough energy to sustain this. I'm surprised in many ways. We have Abe Helms in the dark blue, who's opened double vehicle into air, and we have Emma Tarkus in the yellow, who's opened with triple vehicle. So yeah, there's gonna be 4 fronts of battle here, like 4 mega fronts, I guess, that each consist of 2 players. Each consists of 2 players per team. So I'm going to have to decide where we want to focus our picture-in-pictures. I'm thinking this front, 2 very weak players, 2 players I don't recognize, although Horse Lord is playing in quite an interesting way. I am slightly curious about that. They're up against Kamikaze and the Seagull Flies. I'm not familiar with these players either. We're gonna skip this front, I guess. This front we have MF Doom and Anon, who's been taking quite a beating actually against Fabric King and our other Fabric Spammer. This is definitely picture-in-picture worthy right here, this front here. Okay. Over here we have Bruce and Bri to Bush versus Mad Pantstorm and Tommy Gun. Could be a little interesting. We'll create a picture-in-picture here for now, and we might move this. Over here we have Silent Savage and Tigers Go Roar, 2 okay players versus Amatarkus and the Director. This front is also quite interesting. Yeah, it looks like there's more going on in the short term here. We have a calm push by Amatarkus without really any backup. Quite risky to be honest. But he's getting pinged by the Director. He's like, yo, what's up? What are you doing here? Yeah, what are you doing, Amatarkus? This front we have Ave Helms and Horse Lord versus... Oh yeah, we've seen this front already. Okay, there's still very little happening here, although it looks like Kamikaze seems to have an aggressive lead here. He's actually building mines. Pretty decent decisions from them, I think. It's not... definitely not horrible play coming from them so far. Though these lobs are idle. Where are those pings coming through? Looks like Red is pinging this. So Fabric King is pinging his teammate. Is he like, yo, what's up? Why are you stealing my thing? Fabric Spam's his thing. But I don't think that NetM Insane is insane enough to try to challenge Fabric King for the throne. He's just learning from the best. But yeah, it looks like Anonymous has repelled Fabric King to some extent. I see. I think the pinging is because MF Doom has been intervening to help Anonymous here. Fabric King is saying, hey, your lane is leaking into my lane, help. And it looks like briefly MF Doom was forced to realign their units to attack in that area. It looks like Amatarkus has retreated their commander. Quite low, 33% health, but this front is no longer quite as interesting. Looks like Tigers Go Roar is fighting against... Tigers Go Roar is fighting against the Director and doing pretty well, I guess, so that's worth noting. And Amatarkus is now pushing in against Silent Savage. Down here, yeah, same thing going on. Fabric King's actually in a lot of trouble here, but over here, Mad Pantstorm being pushed in very aggressively by Bruce the drummer, and looks like there's some intervening by Tommy Gun, but what's Bright to Bush up to? Fabric King being forced to retreat way back here. Definitely not good for him. So, combined MF Doom and Anonymous team up here, going to take down the T2 factory belonging to Fabric King, and he didn't manage to save any T2 fabbers, so that's quite unfortunate for him. He's not really going to have any eco anywhere, and he's not going to have any factories left. Yeah, all quite unfortunate. And it looks like MF Doom has gone... No, he hasn't had vision yet. He sees it. They see it. Looks like actually the Sheller is going for it already too. So they might have seen this earlier. In fact, let's go back 15 seconds. Did they scout this previously? I don't think so. No, they didn't scout the commander. It's just yeah. Oh, Amatarkus' push. Doing pretty well against Southern Savage, forcing Tigers Go Roar to assist here. A little bit of economic damage being dealt over there. So yeah, quite a good job from Amatarkus. So yeah, they see the commander. They begin attacking it. They're not really going to cause critical damage to it. Looks like Bright to Bush has sent in some assistance to this front, and yeah. No one died yet, but Fabric King has lost a lot of critical things. He may be near useless for the remaining part of this game, unless he manages to reestablish himself. He's actually setting up a wall of laser defense turrets. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to be building right now. I honestly think what he needs to be building right now is some energy and then new T2. He's building storage for himself. That's a decent choice considering that he still has some of his eco intact, but not much production. So yeah, highest ecos right now. Actually, not sure if this is the right time to be talking on that. Tigers Go Roar, pushing in against Amatarkus in assistance to Southern Savage on this front. Looks like Tommy Gun starting to push in against this defensive encampment that belongs to Broom and Bri to Bush. Fabriking will be joining that encampment soon, though, and yeah, I like what he's doing. He's built some energy. He's starting the pelter production, but he's not okay. Oh, interesting. He's building stitches to temporarily supercharge his eco. That's interesting. Anonymous coming in with one more push. MF Doom pushing in over here. Yeah, let's see what's happening on this front. Like, not really much. Okay. I guess. Oh, whoa, yeah. So Horse Lord, who built all these T1 factories, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now he's finally working on this T2 vehicle factory. He's pushing in with this giant push. After really not doing anything on this front, he's just kind of surprise pushing here with T1. Honestly, when you have this much T1, I think it's actually better with the style of play. I think to go with Infernos. You just kind of sit there for a while if you're in a if you're like a slightly weaker player, but you kind of know what you're doing production wise, and you're up against another player that does the same thing. You just build a ton of Infernos, and then you intervene on you randomly intervene in some lane. You invade a lane, I guess you could say, that currently belongs to a teammate who has been weakening an enemy greatly. Oh, that's a Manhattan, eh? Yeah, we're gonna swap cameras here real quick. Manhattan explodes, not really killing anything. Let's swap back. But yeah, big T1 push incoming here, but it's all ants. There's no Infernos, so it's not really gonna be super critical, perhaps. But I mean, with how weakened Tigers Go, actually with how weakened Tigers Go's Roar is, this could cause some serious damage. One T1 factory definitely gonna fall, perhaps a second. But yeah, no commander kill, but definitely important. And of course, there's no counterattack by Kamikaze, and of course there's still no stitches in this army. There's no stitches in this army. I mean, no, there's no stitches or skidders in this army. I originally meant to say there's no skidders in this army. I was about to say, oops, apologies. I meant to say skidders, not stitches. But stitches would be okay in that army too. Of course, he doesn't have bot factories, so skidders would be ideal, perhaps. He's actually retreating with this army. No idea why. He could have actually taken out a second T2 factory here. Weird decision to retreat. I guess he just wants to reunite with his second wave. Not really sure if I agree with this choice. I think he could have just suicided his first wave, taken out the T2 factory, then moved in the second wave slightly later. But what? That's an Atlas. That's weird. That's a commander in Atlas range. That's a dead commander, actually. One more. Okay, yeah, not even one more stomp. Dead commander. Tommy Gun has fallen. Mad Pants Dome is probably next. The Atlas outruns the commander. It's going to get in range with the next attack. And boom! Mad Pants Dome falls. And so yeah, two players go down in quick succession. This is the domino effect. Atlas is going to come in for one more base over here, although it looks like the factory is going to block his path for one more stomp. One stomp takes out big chunks of Tigers Go's Roar's base. And also portions of Southern Savage's base. It's interesting. Southern Savage has retreated his commander to a very weird location. And the Atlas catches up to the commander, and the commander is running into tons and tons of ants, which also will not be able to survive even if it manages to escape. And of course, it doesn't escape from the Atlas. The Atlas is still alive after killing 3 commanders. Looks like Southern Savage is the last player from this quad spawn. So we'll leave a picture-in-picture on his commander as it falls. Okay, what else is going around here? So 3 players have fallen, all for Team 1. Fabriking Team 2 is effectively dead, but just still barely living. He has 1 mech in his commander. That's all his eco right now. Who else is still here? Nedem Insane is also in a similar state right now. He has like 1 medal somewhere. I don't even know where his 1 medal is. but he has one medal somewhere, and then he has his commander. He's lost all but that. So MF Doom and Anon are going to be pushing in aggressively here. Anon has a lot of boom bots. I wonder what this is for. So we have a picture-in-picture on the main front here, but let's also watch these boom bots specifically. They're gonna go in. They're gonna go in. Do they have vision to? Oh no! Okay. So they did have vision, but what was giving them that vision? Let's go back. They just went in without vision. Was that scouted earlier? When was that scouted? That's insane. They didn't know the commander was there at all. They just ran in, I suppose. Or maybe they just had vision for a brief moment that fell between one of the 15-second chunks that I'd looked at. But wow, that was pretty insane, let me say. So Anon takes out Bribe to Bush. Yeah. I mean, now that allows Fabricant to expand here and take more eco. Bruce is now alone on this quad. I'm mostly alone. They're the only one with a significant base left for this quad. Nedem Insane's commander is quite close to the front line, and I assume MF Doom has vision of it. I know he doesn't. He's actually going to retreat. Awkward retreat from these slammers with the levelers. But yeah, this pole area belongs to Bruce. Bruce is doing really well, 371 eco. Surprisingly not the highest in the game. The highest in the game actually being Anonymous, then MF Doom, and next the Seagull Fly. So this quad of players is doing very well overall. Karmakaze's only at 124 eco, hasn't taken any T2 yet, although they have a lot of area control. They really need to just get T2 up. And T2 air first. Yeah. If they had T2, they would be doing really well eco-wise, too. But looks like we have a combined push-in from Ave Helm's Horse Lord and the Director now on this side. I don't think any of them have vision of these mines, which is quite... Okay, no, actually, Ave Helms is aware of the existence of these mines. But it looks like Karmakaze's coming in with this big docks push against the commander, but they're going to redirect to go for the ants. That's a shame. If they'd gone in a slightly different location... If they'd gone in this direction, they might have actually been able to get the commander, because it didn't look like the commander was going to do a Uber Cannon. I don't know if Horse Lord knows about the Uber Cannon. This is really weird. He's only building T2 Fabs. He's not building levelers. And of course, he's still not building skidders. You see mines once, don't learn the lesson. You're just going to continue running in vehicles. Nice. Bombers come in. They go for the T2 Fabs. There's no anti-air in this army. This is kind of pathetic. But yeah. Okay. These picture-in-pictures are just like not showing anything relevant anymore. So we have Bruce, who's kind of just this big power here, but mostly fighting against Anon and MF Doom. Hey, oh yeah, and Bruce. Yeah, what happened to the people Bruce were originally fighting? They're gone. Fabric is now Fabric really okay. Oh yeah, Fabric has started expanding, but I think they need a little more production getting up. Like they need to get their production up immediately so they can become relevant again. So we have Bruce there in all three cameras right now. Where else is relevant? This front is definitely very relevant. A lot of like weaker players here, and as a result, like the players who were not annihilated earlier. So there's only a couple players left now. We have this quad of players left. MF Doom, Karmakaze, the Seagull Flies, and Anonymous. Oh yeah, oh. There, what? Oh my god. Seriously? Okay, okay. Was there no Uber Cannon? Nah. Well, Karmakaze, annihilated by ants. Well, if you see mines, instead of building skidders, I guess you just move your ants around it. That's kind of weird. It's funny because these mines are... Okay, yeah, that's... Oh. Yeah. Rogue Atlas still running around. This Atlas is actually owned by Bruce. So So yeah, there are 3 players left for Team 1, but they are the players in the best condition in the entire game. Okay, there goes Bruce. This has gotten really weird. Huh? What happened to him? Boombots? Wow! When did they scout this, actually? Okay, Anonymous definitely... Okay, this is when Anonymous scouted that. Wow. And of course, Bruce has a lot of stuff. He sees this coming. He's moving his commander away, but it's too late! Oh, what? Trying to avoid the commander death explosion, but retreating a little too early. But in the end of the day, that wound up not mattering. Anonymous still managed to secure that kill. So now the only players left for Team 1 are Anon, MF Doom, and the Seagull Flies, but these 2 ecos are the highest in the game. 532, 530. Okay, that's partially due to reclaiming, I think. And we have 492 eco, very stable for MF Doom. They have a lot of room to expand. Team 2, however, has 5 players left. This entire quad of players is still alive. The Director, Ematarchus, Horse Lord, and Ave Helms, although Ave Helms, I'm not really sure how much longer they have, realistically. Okay, they got the commander away, but their base is has been kind of hit pretty hard. MF Doom's coming in from this pole. Fabric King is also still alive. He's starting to get back to the game. He only has 96 eco again, so he's lost some of his eco again. I think I think Anonymous has noticed. No, maybe he didn't know before he pushed in, but now he definitely knows. And he can see those mines because he's an experienced player, so he puts skitters in his army because he's an experienced player. That's a weird location for all these air factories, but Ematarchus is indeed building them. I definitely think that Team 1 has a slight advantage here, actually. Actually, maybe not. It's really just MF Doom and Anon versus Fabric King, the Director, Horse Lord, Ave Helms, and Ematarchus, I guess. I mean, the Seagull Flies is in an okay position, too. But they're gonna need some help, because they're fighting many... Oh my god, that is a lot of Hulkins. Wow! Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. But still, those Hulkins are not going to be able to hold up without some reinforcements from MF Doom. He really desperately needs assistance on this front immediately from his teammates, because I guess there is some assistance coming in from the side from Anon, who's going to try to take out some of this T2 eco here. So yeah, biggest picture-in-picture location definitely has to be here. Okay, we already have this actually. I like this view. Also, let's set up another picture-in-picture over here. And we'll look around to see what else is happening. Fabric King desperately pushing his commander with docks right now, and also moving all his fabrics into one location. They're trying to build something, but they have to reclaim first because he's just teleporting all his stuff away. That's where to? Oh no, I think he built the teleporter as a defensive thing. The teleporter is actually like the best wall in the game. It's funny because it blocks way more than a wall does. I think these are really funny. You see, this is the strength of the teleporter. But Fabric King moved his fabrics away too late, especially that I think he should have really prioritized getting that T2 fabric out of there. Okay, he has another at least. He has 2 more. But yeah, I think he lost an unnecessary amount of fabrics, but I guess as much as he can do to kind of get his commander away the short run. I honestly think what he should have done is threw the docks at it and pushed with the fabric. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. The fabrics move slower. But yeah, looks like MF Doom is coming in from the side. I'm gonna finally bring that assistance that the Seagull really needs. Looks like Options is gonna just continue running back over here, closer to the Director. Wow. Fabric King really just trying to re-establish himself for much of this game and never really getting to do so. I feel pretty bad for him. I mean, I've been in this situation before. It feels pretty bad, man. Well, the Seagull doing such a good job of holding out here. Been fighting all these players for quite a bit of time. And now MF Doom is going to come in and hopefully end a couple bases here. Looks like an Ares coming in with the small push from Anon, and that looks like oh no, that's just an anti-nuke. Never mind. Hey, he has orbital up. That's weird. What's he building there? A T2 orbital factory? Huh. So yeah, does this mean, did MF Doom get vision earlier of Amatarkus's commander? Perhaps. Okay, that's vision. That's vision of Ave Helms. That's a dead commander right there. He has vision of this commander here. Looks like he managed to get some. No, wait, he didn't manage to get more shots off. Amatarkus's commander did that weird comp push at the start of the game. That's why it's already so low. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna catch the commander though, especially since it doesn't know where the commander is running anymore. There is a secondary backup mass though, but I really think that MF Doom should try to deal with the army here, because it's gonna. The director continuing to stream in more docks here. He's been doing this like all game. It's not really been too effective. Anonymous is actually retaking this area with T2 mechs, but not T1. That's kind of weird. Wow, okay. Getting ready for another push. Ares is still alive here. Taking a lot of damage from what I believe is Hulken's shots, but he's still alive, still kicking. Gonna get in a fight with a lot of ghillies here. That's such a weird. What is this? What is this? Is that just a circle of. Oof. Yeah, Hulken's shots taking out that Ares. That's just weird. I've never seen anything like this before. That circle of turrets. Tons of ghillies streaming in. I really think there needs to be some Blue Hawks mixed in this army. Just pure ghillie doesn't work very well. It just lacks the DPS output. On the other hand, Blue Hawks have the same range, more damage, and the same movement speed, and the same movement characteristics, so they pair really well. They don't hinder the ghillies in any way. And then the ghillies can offer some protection for the Blue Hawks against missiles. And they can also offer like some direct fire for certain circumstances, while the ghillies offer like a indirect fire to some extent. Big push coming in from Anonymous against this weird expanding wall of just laser defense towers, which are not that good versus T2 vehicles. Yeah. Ghillie is also not really good versus levelers. I mean, they're okay, they can indefinitely kite, but they're really not good when you're keeping them in position, or even worse, running them into the vehicles like he is now. Really what he needed a mix of ghillies and Blue Hawks, and he needed to move them up further and then retreat them and slowly kite back, so that they were always out of range of Anonymous's units, and that they had enough space to continue moving backwards before. How did this commander survive? What? That's insane. Oh, Amatarkus died while I wasn't paying attention. Fabric King's still alive. Not sure how much longer. Oh, he's building a nuke. That's weird. Okay. I don't think it's gonna survive though. Add Anonymous's vision of. Okay. Boombots versus Docs. Docs are gonna win. But Levelers versus Commander. Yeah, and Shellers. Yeah, this commander's not surviving these Shellers. Boom! And so, two last commanders survive here. Horse Lord and Avahelms. 1% health commander. How the heck? But yeah, Anon certainly has vision of both of these. And wow, that was a weird game. That was just a really bizarre game. What had happened? 3 players survive out of 16. Out of 16 players at the start of this, 3 players survive. Anonymous, MF Doom, and the Seagull Flies. Wow.